Folks say, oh, they're just cleaning up this place because all those fancy leaders are coming into town. That's true, because it's true.
So, San Francisco, it sucks to begin with.
It does, yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So we've covered this quite a bit. The homeless problems there, all of the drugs, the poop in the streets. The good news is there's an app so you can track where poop is most frequently found in the streets.
It's just everywhere. The app is just one big
just very little
for poop.
Like, oh, wow, that's where the poop is. No, that's where there's not poop.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like Frogger.
It would look like it's like heat. Like a heat map, like you're using thermals. It'd be like Predator looking into a volcano.
Just everywhere. It's like, what do you do?
Now, though, they decided to get their act together ahead of this week's Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation event. Mm-hmm. Yeah, APEC is what they call it. But I always say APEC, but I didn't really know what it stood for, as all the words, and it still makes very little sense.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Just say the Asians are coming. The Asians are coming. So, Orientals. So now the city is working overtime to clean up the streets.
Well, that's fantastic. Look at that.
Oh. And this includes everything from deep cleaning the BART system to, pressure washing the poop off the streets of a modern American city in Western civilization.
City leaders are making sure the city shines.
Tourism is our business here in San Francisco, and we need to focus on making sure that
I think wieners is that guy's business.
And business is good.
Harrison Street off-ramp from the I-80. BART doubling down by deep cleaning their stations overnight more often.
The city had gotten a little bit dingy over time.
Scrubbing and power washing is happening all over the city.
Yeah, the bottom of my shoes look clean.
It's noticeable how few homeless encampments there are on major thoroughfares.
Okay. Two things. Having done a little bit of local news with Nashville because I felt like they were owed one with the manifesto, they have to take it seriously. Yeah, man, there's poop in the bottom of my shoes. This man says his shoes are cleaner now that the streets have been hosed off. They have to take it seriously. And the other thing is that guy in the fedora, he thinks he looks way cooler than he does. Yeah. He thinks he looks like Frank Sinatra, but he looks like a mascot at Red Robin. The city used to have a little more class. Okay. And you know what? It helps with the algorithm. Hit like if you're glad to see baby steps, less human feces on the streets of the Golden City.
The guys are like, I might look like a douche, but I did it my way.
It was a very good year.
He's a bottom. He did it some other guy's way.
He did it how he was told. He liked it. So San Francisco, they've taken a lot of steps recently, just to be clear. Steps you would think they would take on a day-to-day basis.
Normal.
They've just decided, it's like spring cleaning. You ever have to do that in classroom as a kid? We're like, we're going to do spring cleaning. And it's just an excuse to get kids, they make you clean the gutters and everything. You're like, this is a gross violation of labor laws.
Spring cleaning for hobos in San Francisco.
So now they've decided they're going to start taking steps for the Asians who are visiting, for Xi Jinping to help get the homeless people off the streets. Some steps they've taken is they've shut down some homeless encampments. They've moved some people off the streets. They've added 300 beds to their shelter system.
Overnight. All of a sudden, they have the capacity to add 300 beds to their shelter system when they didn't before?
Well, there's only 2 more sleeps till Xi Jinping.
Oh.
So the San Francisco DA also started a new program called All Hands on Deck to arrest fentanyl dealers.
Sailor boys from San Francisco.
By the way, so it's a real program. All the references are available at louderscrowder.com. All hands on deck to now start arresting fentanyl dealers, not to be confused, by the way, with their holiday program. All hands on deck the halls, during which Black Santa delivers Narcan to all the good junkie boys and girls of the world. So that's
he's throwing it at
him. Heads will be ringing.
You'll be frozen in time.
I saw mommy smoking with Santa Claus underneath the old Golden Gate Bridge last night.
It's a song about infidelity. I don't like it. Now, when I was a kid, I would get mad. I'd be like, Mom's that cheating whore. Yeah. And my dad didn't want to ruin Santa. He's like, come on.
Well, one night a year.
Yeah. So what San Francisco refused to do, and this is the point here. Is it funny? Sure. But this is what the left does. It's all about keeping up appearances, right? When they talk about communism, Marxism, so it's beautiful in theory, right? Joe Biden, Bidenomics, they want to put a nice front on, a nice storefront. And you go in and you realize it's just like, I'm trying to think, what would be, it's like Marshall's. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I was trying to think. It's like Talbot's. As a straight young male, I have no interest in going to Talbot's, but they want to put a nice face on it. They're not actually interested in improving the quality of life for the residents. So now what they've refused to do for years for the residents of San Francisco, they have done in a matter of days or at most weeks for Xi Jinping.
I know folks say, oh, they're just cleaning up this place because all those fancy leaders are coming into town. That's true, because it's true.
Don't forget it.
Now, to be fair, context, he went on to clarify what it was that he meant.
Anytime you put on an event, by definition, you have people over your house, you're going to clean up the house.
Got it. That's more clarity, I think.
So the people who live in the house just live in squalor?
Yeah. Everything sucks. And then
so San Francisco is basically Pacific Heights.
It's a hoarder's house.
Yeah.
It's a very underrated film, by the way. You guys can comment below if you remember the razor blade thing that Michael Keaton does. It was nice. So they're cleaning up for China and Russia. And by the way, the people of China, obviously this is different to CCP. The people of China would not be able to discern the difference. I mean, they cook and they cook street food and sewage very often, but they clean up for the royalty, for the oligarchs. So you have Xi, Biden. They're set to meet this Wednesday. Hey, San Francisco, at least it'll be better for a couple of weeks. Yeah. Now, what I hope the people of San Francisco, and if you're out there right now and you live in San Francisco or the surrounding area, please comment below. Contrast what you're living these next couple of weeks versus what you've experienced the last few years. And then what I want you to do is go back and see what information was available. Hey, were there other people in this country saying your city is a cesspool and there's a way to improve it and you ignored them? This can be a learning experience, or you can go right back to the squalor in which you lived earlier and just put your head in the sand and act as though that's normal because it's multiculturalism. Yeah. So ahead of this meeting, too, with Xi Jinping, he made sure that Gavin Newsom, he was the one who requested it. So you can actually, I don't give him credit where very often, but credit where it's due. Xi Jinping is the reason that San Francisco has been cleaned up. He ensured it.
Hello?
Gavin, hi, we all set?
We're all set, Mr. President. We're all looking forward to...
Is there still poop in the street?
No, we've cleaned that up.
So no poop?
No poop.
No poop? And no homeless?
Right, no homeless.
What about all the gay?
Excuse me?
The gay guy. He's still there, the gay.
Well, we remain open and...
What about Godzilla?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Godzilla, gay Godzilla. Japan says...
No, we haven't had any reports of Godzilla.
Just call me back when you kill the gay.
They are not the most tolerant people. Oh, by the way, this is something else. There's nothing more to really add to that. Just, San Francisco is terrible. And again, I just hope when people say, hey, we did the best that we could when they talk about COVID. No. You aren't judged historically by what information you made available. Right. You're judged by what other information was available at that time. Has there been information available over the last half decade that would have cleaned up San Francisco? I mean, we've been talking about it. The governor of Texas has been talking about it. I believe the governor of Oklahoma City has been talking. That everyone has been talking about it, but they've done it their way. Hey, at a certain point, results matter.
Yeah, and not 2 or 3 weeks worth of making the city look cool again. Right. Just, maybe do something for the citizens that live there and pay the taxes, not just the visitors coming in.
This is how you're going to end up with another Dirty Harry. Punch some women in the face, that guy.
Watch Louder with Crowder live, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.